An Instance of the Magician. Montreal, Canada. A random day in November 2018. Prologue. The Fool, the Magician, and the Knight of Cups. It started innocently enough, as it's bound to happen whenever I sit down to shuffle the cards. Today's deck, the Dark Mansion Tarot, my special familiar in the divination arts. One with Burtonesque lines framing colorful tall tales of secrets to be unfolded, as I would later lay them down to peek into the ciphers they would whisper to me. It snowed outside, and this early winter cheered my soul with delight. Big, immaculate, fluffy, ethereal flakes tumbled down in a graceful, intricate waltz, twirling and dancing away their souls. Even more thicker, stronger in number, rapidly color-blinding the landscape past my window in a cocoony white. My mind leaped and danced with the snow, lost in wonder. My hands shuffled adrift in hypnotic motion. So then, my dear little fairies of multiple wonders, what should I expect and be cautious of today? I asked almost absent-mindedly. My cards knew all too well. This first shuffle was light, casual, courteous greeting, the friendly neighbor visit with freshly baked crumpets and a warm drink. The magician, the strength, and the fool sat at the table, my welcoming committee. Oh, intriguing, I thought. How interesting. That fool to introduce and seal the well-established duo. I frowned and grimaced. What are you doing, fool? What are you meaning to tell me? I took a sip of my tea and pulled two more cards to define the magician. The Hermit and the Emperor followed. A knowledgeable recluse, definitely an older man, dominating orderly chaos, family man, a father figure, assertive, maybe a Virgo but not necessarily, keeper of thoughts and feelings, not one to blabber in futility, wise. I placed the strength underneath the magician and the fool, under the strength. Let's see what you're telling me, you little rascals. The Queen of Swords soon rejoined strength, the Knight of Cups flamboyantly cruising in her stern footsteps, a wanting hand reaching for her trails. The message was an undeniable portrait of me. My heart pinched a little. I could see the court cards looking straight at me with smirking faces. The fool opened the dance to the Two of Cups and the Lovers. I rose an eyebrow as if the cards were real people sitting at my table, having breakfast with me. Are you guys for fucking real? Because, no way in hell, mate. Yet, I couldn't but look at the cards line by line, each individually as a whole, as a trio, vertically, diagonally, up and down and up, left to right to left. And I sighed. The Queen of Swords was surrounded. A strong, knowledgeable, wise male figure on top of her, a new romance, a new relationship below her. Cornered between the magician and the lovers on one axis, the Emperor and the Fool on the other. I bit my lip and drank more tea. So be it. If that was what you are telling me, I'll have to buy it, I suppose. I put the mischievous pixies aside and pulled a few more cards, masochistically hoping for a sign of temporality, anything to tell me it would be a short-lived little flame. The Four of Wands was next. Traitor, I whispered. I pushed myself back and closed my eyes. Maybe if I stayed cozily at home, I would reduce the chances of a silly romance happening. Yes, that was a plan. More tea, maybe cake baking, and a good old YouTube. My homepage served the usual entertaining beauty gurus drama as reported by the tea-spilling and commentary communities. Palette this, collaboration that, shading here, scamming there. The usual run-of-the-mill, mindless, inconsequential trivialities, comforting, entertaining, safe. Since my passion for makeup product was about as hot as the ninth circle of hell, And somehow the noon hour struck like a punch in the gut, and I protested, to no avail, at the time irrevocably gone, lost, and having left me with insipid, vapid nonsense that these people went through over the past 24 hours, filling my head. My friends, or anyone for that matter, could legitimately critique my cold-heartedness in the matter of not feeling pity or sympathy for these people and their heartbreaking dramas, but if they consciously decided to monetize their downfall, I couldn't legitimately feel bad for taking said shared videos at the same entertainment value as a big-budget Hollywood production. Minus the big budget. And minus Hollywood. A second mug of tea was made. A rapid sandwich and a serving of crunchy baby carrots welcomed a refresh of the homepage. And time froze for an indiscernible amalgamation of moments. Third thumbnail from the left. A middle-aged man with immaculate white hair, mustache and beard, sporting an eye-catching pine green, finely weaved tweed three-quarter jacket coat with ornamental steampunk glasses in the chest pocket, looks straight at the viewer with a quizzical look, interrogating, inviting to sit down and listen. Video title: The Darkness. Channel name: The Magician. My heart squeezed in my chest. The Magician. My heart skipped a beat. No warning, no excuses, no fucking way. I should have not clicked. I should have refreshed and hoped that the suggestion would have gone away, lost in a meander of meaningless other videos. Music, computer building, video game playthrough, tarot reads. But no, I decided against my better judgment because, in the curiosity of the moment, his face was appealing like a nightlight to an inevitably foolish moth. And there was the fool, guiding me to my own demise. The storm was brewing like a mad demon's ungodly stank of a breath, suffocating me, choking me, gripping and stealing my last grasp of gasping air, and I stood there, frozen in motion, incapable of moving forward or stepping back. My heart stopped, my mind froze with him. My attention was in distress. My stomach had forgotten about the hunger striking it. My tea was getting cold. The monster was approaching, closing in, and escape wore the cloak of futility and the mask of irrevocable judgment of misfortune. Its roar was a deafening murmur of death. I swallowed a hard gulp. Its shadow soon towered over me, a tall darkness leaning down on the miserable, puny speck of existence that I was myself a moment ago. Defiant, heart-burning with rage, now reduced to a humbled silence, agonizing in dread. So was I. Air was a cold void. My soul was burning from the lack of oxygen. My heart had about the livelihood of a withered, shriveled memory of life past and gone. And yet, there I was, standing in the eye of the storm, feet solidly anchored on a stony path, hands in my coat pockets, eyes fixed on the darkness standing before me, looming down upon my fragile existence, questioning the very defiance of my soul. Dulled thoughts poked at my mind. Sandwich, tea, cold. I pushed the disruptive thoughts away. The darkness bent over and blinded my gaze. The wind whirled all around me and stole the little breath I had precautiously pocketed in my lungs. Was this my sour end? Cold void burning my existence like a parchment paper in hell's blackened fires. My heart was burning, grid between unforgiving piercing claws. Air was tight and scarce in my own lungs. Time stood still in its mute deafness, my breath, my heart equally silent and frozen. The cloak opened, and it seemed time was a dry, broken fraction of odd stillness. What was not my surprise when a blinding pale golden fawn gracefully leaped out, like the first rays of daylight breaking the night's last relics of darkness. Glimmering, shimmering showers of rose gold soon followed, piercing the cloak of 100, no, 1,000, 10,000 of arrows tearing it apart from within. My heart too was showered in warm, glimmering golden light. Darkness turned to dust, and time took a breath, its exhale blowing the black ashes past the Faon and past me. I sat back in my chair, bathing in relief, catching my own breath. The man in the video seemed relieved too. I sensed a barely noticeable shift in his general aura. The Faon cautiously tiptoed around my marbled ghost, stopped in front of me, and its big dark eyes gazed and scrutinized the depths of the last hidden walls of the cavern of my soul. I dared take a sip of my tea. "Your heart is pure and free," the Faon spoke to me. "Give me your sorrow. Let me set you free," the Faon continued. And I felt faint, dropping to my knees, the stony path welcoming my ragged doll body like the most fluffed fairy tale linen of the most magical duck-feather duvet, and the most luxurious silk bedding would welcome a most exhausted princess caught unfortunately outside in a raging rainstorm. My heart ached for him. "Yes, let the Faon set you free. Let the golden light heal your heart," I urged him silently. Tears streamed down my face, silent pain oozing out of my heart. The Faon approached, breaking the last barrier between us, leaving me in muted shock as its soft tongue reached out to collect a tear running down my cheek. I sighed a silent sigh of relief and contentment. Darkness around me faded like a morning fog dissipates in the daylight's embrace as the dawn time of every day came about, and I find myself adorned in golden serenity, shrouded in a cloak of majestic peace, the Faon no longer a golden Faon of light, but a girl of ivory skin and silken sandy hair, wrapped in glowing white foggy ethereal gown, smiling gently down upon me. My heart started beating with ease again. The man smiled at the camera. A soft, almost imperceptible piano tune lurked in. Somewhere from behind the man, a whisper of a melody, and the screen slowly faded to black as the piano tune grew in crescendo and volume. I applauded. I didn't know why. I just applauded at my screen as if it had been a live performance, and I find myself silly, but so be it. I was alone in my apartment. I was free to applaud the magician. You motherfucker. I feel